DeSoto district of Seattle.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. That didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
On first down, Osborne. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first and 10, Osborne. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The numbers for Walker from last week's effort. 18 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here at Primetime.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You look at this Steeler defense.
This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 in a first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Deferring to Armstead on the draw. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Osborne.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Looking to throw. Osborne. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Ford. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
The Steelers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
On 2nd down, here's Griffin. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Here's Griffin. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
The strong running.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Straight ahead, Walker. Taken down at the 30.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Osborne. He finds his man. Complete. It's Stevenson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw. Osborne. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now Griffin. Over the middle, it's complete.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
12 more yards there and another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On first down, Maynard.
He's got it to the 43 here.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Here's Griffin. He finds his man complete. That's Chambers.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he will have a Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. As they've got it as we resume action. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Griffin. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Point after here coming up. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing to start the drive. Osborne. He finds his man. Complete. That's Stevenson. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Throwing on 1st down. Osborne got his man, and that's the rookie 4th-round pick. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Osborne. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught, and they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On second down, Armstead. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now Griffin. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Griffin. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Griffin. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run on first down. Maynard, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
the shotgun, Griffin. That is incomplete.
Well, they took their shot. That one was kind of up for grabs that time. And you've got to be careful defensively not to make contact too early. But that was textbook right there to get in tight and force the incompletion.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Griffin. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On first down, Maynard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Griffin. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They run with 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are back within a score. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Osborne looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Osborne. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Operating from the gun, Osborne, and it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Final play of the half. It's Griffin. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this throw will be intercepted. Running free at the 45. Off to the races. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans as they'll square off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Sunday night between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Now a give right side. Maynard. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down now. It's Ford, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Ford. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. The middle they go. Maynard, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Ford. 67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Throwing to start the drive. Osborne. Complete. This is Lewis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
On 1st and 10, Osborne. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down the sideline he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick six.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they were defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Extra point forthcoming. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Beginning the drive here with Armstead. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. To throw on 2nd down, Osborne. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. He's to the 15, and they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. That one, anything but a frozen rope to the outside, and it winds up an interception.
And these are the ones you hope for as a defender, because he's got clear sailing in front of him to return this one a long way. And he sets his guys up in good shape with a terrific return.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. On the handoff, here's Campbell. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Scott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Looking to throw. Osborne. And he's going to lose yardage here. as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Here we go. Mike 51. Exit.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Chambers. And he will have a Steelers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On second down, it's Ford, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and While that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. 4. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now they'll throw it with Griffin. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 89 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Middle they go. 4. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Now they'll change things up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers are on their way to a 2-0 start. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 2:22 on the clock. Deuce is wild. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Throwing on first down. Osborne. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball here. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Blue Dan.
Operating from the gun. Osborne. And Thomas has it. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2nd down, goal to go. He gets it to Thomas. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. It's a tight game. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Oh, Griffin's going to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Here's Griffin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Second down and 3. left side. Maynard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and fight for it here with Campbell. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. Griffin down to a knee, and that should be the final act in this game.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Steelers, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.